Things have been good though. I feel
Dude,
like I don't even know you.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, dang, dude, we do a podcast.
No idea.
Oh, I gotta take off my socks.
Yeah, I get that. My socks are long gone.
Dude.
Oh!
That was on purpose.
Yeah. Shit. What's been going on in my life? I went to Chicago. I
Yeah, how
didn't
was
tell
that?
you about that at all. Super fun actually.
Have you seen that George Bush video with the shoe?
Yeah, he's like.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I went to Chicago. Brother was just loving it out there. He's
Really?
so busy. He's telling me how he wakes up at around 5 a.m., maybe 4:30, and then
All right, Jocko.
sends it to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a 30-minute drive till he gets there, and then he works basically till about 7 or 8 p.m. And he did that every day for like 3.5-4 weeks. I was like, whoa.
Hey.
He was facing some demons. So he told me while we were there, he goes, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm going to have mom and dad bring up the Keurig to my apartment when they come up because I just don't have time in the morning. And to hear Christian Valentine say,
Oh,
he's
I
having
just
Keurig call.
understood the magnitude of that.
Exactly.
I was like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah,
Like,
Keurig, what the fuck?
wow.
So he's like, yeah, he's on board with the Keurig. But I actually have this Keurig, so that's a doozy and a half.
So they're gonna try and take yours?
I don't know. We'll see.
You should just tell them you don't have it.
Yeah, maybe they don't have it. Who knows? But yeah, so I went to Chicago. Dude, his brother Troy.
His brother.
His roommate Troy. I told you a little about. I was doing.
I'm already sweating.
10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. That's pretty badass. Also, I saw Grant, which was funny. He lives in such a nice place, and we were on the pool with all the windows around on the 28th floor. That was awesome. And then we saw Second City. Did I tell you about that or anything?
Yeah.
Damn, I told you everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was super dope.
So who'd you see at Second City? Say what it is.
Nobody
Just
you would
randos?
know, just rando people. Yeah. But you go there and you think, maybe I'll see these people one day on SNL or blah, blah, blah.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. And it's really funny because when they finish their show, they're like, all right, everybody, I know what you're thinking. You might be like, wow, I might be able to see these people one day on blank and blank. And they go, nope, you won't. We're basically no names. You will not see us anywhere. It cracked me up.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, it was a bunch of skits, and like I've seen SNL.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
right. I forgot Second City is all improv.
It's a lot of improv. So they'll be like, I was walking down the street and I saw and then people yell out random shit. It's so funny. But like you're sitting there and some of the skits are like 4 minutes and some of the skits are 5 seconds, which is just funny because the lights go out and the lights come on and it's a new set. That's the whole ordeal.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you're just sitting there thinking like, God, what are they going to do that's going to be absolutely hilarious?
Yeah.
And one of them in particular that was 10 seconds long, this fat guy comes out in a Charlie Brown shirt and this girl's like, Charlie Brown, you can't hit the football. And he goes, oh, yes, sir. He's like, I don't want to do that again. You always do this. They're playing the cartoon thing. And she's like, oh, just give it a try. And he goes, okay. And he runs up and he tries to kick it and misses. And the music goes and she goes, ha ha. And he pulls out a pistol and just pops her in the head. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But you're sitting there like, jaw dropped.
That's one of the biggest things I think like with comedy is like surprises.
Because you're literally sitting in the crowd. I'm watching this happen and play out, and I know it's not going to just kick it and he misses and scene. I'm just sitting there wondering what on earth I can do that's going to be absolutely hilarious. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I had a great time. It was fun. It got up to 100 degrees in the burbs of Chicago at one point. The heat index. I was like, pfft.
I thought you were going to say inside of like Second City.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I've neglected to tell you this story for quite actually a long time. I think it's probably been 2 weeks now. So I was going to bring it up when you said facing demons because that's what I did.
Whoa.
So did another one of my half marathons, but this one was kind of like I had to go to the bathroom before I left. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on a short run and kind of see how it turns out. Started going. I was like, you know what? I feel good. I'm going to do the half marathon loop. Anyways, I do it, feeling pretty good the whole way. And what I do, like in the second half, is right when I cross past the high school, I'm like, all right, I'm thinking of my prize. So like one time it was like went to Honcho afterwards. I'm gonna make myself like a really good protein shake, like with like
I was gonna say like what you had.
like a smoothie,
Okay,
like
okay,
peanut
okay.
butter, bananas,
Sure,
like
sure.
that stuff. And this time I was thinking about ice cream, and dude, I love ice cream, and I was just fiending the entire way. I'm like, I'm gonna maybe get Cooks, I'll maybe go to Frosty Freeze. I'm getting ice cream. Is basically what I'm telling myself for the last like 6 miles.
That's awesome.
And I'm getting right by Cherrywood, which is like, Davisburg Road, like basically one of the last turns.
Yeah.
And I hear what I think is the ice cream truck. And I'm like, dude, I'm hearing things. Like, this isn't the ice cream truck. This is someone playing music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the ice cream truck. And so I turn the corner. Sure enough, there it is. Make eye contact with the driver. And dude, I'm like, I get pretty delirious when I'm on those runs. Like,
Totally. Hey,
I would love if someone drove past and got a picture of my face, because I like,
just out of it.
yes, I'm just facing demons, especially when I don't have my phone, because there's no music.
I agree.
And I lock eyes with the ice cream truck lady, person, whatever. And this like thing clicks in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, they see how tired I am. They see I'm thirsty. They're going to give me an ice cream for free.
That's
And
a good
like,
idea.
I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. I had no reason to believe that, but like I believed it. Like I snapped into that. I was like, they're going to understand that I don't have a card on me right now or any cash. And
it's like a good deed.
yes.
Of the day.
And then they turn off the music and slow down. I'm like, dude, it's happening. Like this is like, I'm going to pay it forward. They're doing a good deed to me. I'll do it to someone else. And I like have the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
And I'm just running towards them. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is a great story. And I realized they turned off the music because they were going on a main road.
Jesus, they just turned off.
Yes.
And you're like, no.
But dude, I don't know why.
That's wild.
I like believed it so hard. And I was like, dude, this is like, there's good
so
people still in the
wild.
world.
Jesus.
And yeah, I didn't fucking get any ice cream.
Did I tell you that story about how that Kroger lady gave me a free $20?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
My back is fully sweaty right now.
Really?
Already.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm feeling all right.
I'm not.
You're stressed. Yeah, no. We got ice cream delivery at work one day. It was the day I won our beanbag championship. I told you about that, right?
No.
I didn't tell you about that?
No. I don't know if I want to hear about it, dude.
I literally
Beanbag?
showed up everybody at Cornhole at my whole office.
Really?
People were coming up to me like, dude, how much did you play in college? People were so, like, actually kind of pissed. And, yeah, my boss.
Did you get a
and
raise?
I was hoping so. Or we beat the two head honcho guys. And one of my coworkers says, "Hey Josh, you gotta pack your stuff. You're done here." It was pretty funny. But dude, our last two wins, we won 21-4 and then 21-5.
Wow.
It was insane. We were just blowing people out of the water. Yeah. And I'm like walking in, like, wow, what are we gonna get? Because it was a $10 buy-in, and I went to charity and all this stuff. And
Did you get any of the money?
So no.
What's the
And
prize?
So it said there's a prize at the end, and the prize was an ice cream truck that everybody got.
What, dude?
Don't make me as a bad guy, but I was a little pissed.
What fucking charity
I was
is
hoping,
this?
like Detroit Tigers tickets, like something cool like that.
Yeah.
Go with your partner, your cornhole partner, to some cool thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like,
Or like leave early.
yeah, like maybe you get a half day slip
Yeah.
where you can leave early and you PTO or. I was bummed. But
Dude, that would piss me off so bad.
we dominated too.
Who was it? Like, was it Grant or no?
Yeah, it was me and
Oh,
Grant. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I kind of put the team on my back, not to toot any horns. No, but it was wild. When the ice cream truck came, it had a little. We were eating ice cream. It was chilling out there, and it had a piece of paper on the side of it, and it said "Workers Wanted, Preferred People." It had high school kids. It had like Hispanics, and then women. That was the three people wanted. And literally, we were all standing around. We're like, does that say what I think it does? And it was terrible. I
Yeah.
can't believe you write something like that for.
Yeah.
like workers needed, and you're super sexist.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was wild. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that.
Yeah, that's the scoop.
Yeah,
Literally. Whoa.
Oh yeah, dude, it's pretty funny. Dayton's been texting me and talking to me about how he's been rewatching the Bros Gone Wild podcast in reverse order.
Yeah.
So he said it's pretty funny because I mean we got decent at it by the end, but just hearing from episode 55 to episode now 25. And Dayton's like, we literally say so many more likes and and it's just blah. But just him talking about this stuff. And what's funny too is we talked a lot about current events way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And so you hear about the flooding that happened in Texas like a year or whatever ago. And just the comments we have to say about it, it was cracking me up. We were saying one thing, how man, those floodings in Texas can't be that weird. I think this is what I said. I was like, they can't be that bad. I mean, we should go down there, bring Brad's pontoon boat, and just have a huge party in Austin, Texas.
What I'm thinking of right now, which was almost the most incriminating thing of all time, is when we did the episode where I filled in for Jonah.
Oh, we were talking bad.
And you're like, yeah, dude, Jonah, like...
Sorry you're so sick. You got malaria.
Dude, I'm pretty sure you said something about him dying.
No, I definitely did. Yeah. It was like, I think I was saying something like, yeah, Jonah, I figured out your obituary already. That's terrible. Oh, man. That shed was hot.
Dude,
that was hot. Yeah, that was
we should do another one in it.
Dude, that's really funny.
You're wearing that
I was wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, and your mom's crazy. Like little cookie brownie things.
Yeah, that got a little spooky in there. Yeah. Didn't your mom say we're getting... No.
What are you saying?
No, that was a fun...
That was a different night that you're talking about.
Yeah. But... Yeah, what's going on with you, dude?
Dude, I know. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. I almost didn't
recognize you. I was like...
Yeah, my hair's getting longer.
Yeah.
Had my nails painted the other day.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I want to tell you about that. So the story of like how I got them painted wasn't really important. I was trying to convince...
My fault.
You're good. The fuck?
You're trying to convince Bay.
No. Ray. Ray. Same. Yeah, basically same thing. To do, because he was getting one of his toenails painted. And like we were just sitting out by the boat at Michigan Tech, like, and someone had nail polish.
Thought that's just what he does.
And he always has. You just never know. And so I was like, yeah, dude, I'll get mine painted. And like next thing you know, all my fingernails are painted. And Ray's like, there's no way I'm doing that. And I was like, what? So I mean, I wasn't totally worried about it, but the looks that I got, dude, in the UP. I mean, it was like yellow and red. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm already, like the day that we came home, I was wearing a rainbow shirt that says Mystic Ice Cream. And then like those like royal blue shorts that I have, literally everyone was like,
that's pretty funny.
And it was weird because it was reminding me of the thing like when we put the X's across her forehead. And it was kind of, I mean, I felt like I was gay, like people were looking at me like thinking I was gay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, if you think of like what a stereotypical gay person were to look like, I was like, I guess I kind of look like that. Mm-hmm. And it was just weird to notice that like everyone is looking at me in this store right now. Yeah. Or like every person is passing a glance.
Yeah, that is odd. I'd probably look at you and be like, oh.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, part of the reason why like it was also sort of like consciously.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm
gonna try. Maybe no one was looking at you, but you're convincing yourself.
No, they were. But like, I'm saying they definitely were, dude.
Yeah.
I'm saying like, when I did it, I was like, all right, you know what? I'll embrace this. Like, it's a little uncomfortable. Like at some points, I find myself with my hands in my pockets, and I was like, all right, no, I need to do this. And especially like when I paid for stuff, I'd be like, no. But yeah, it was just really interesting to kind of feel that and just realize that people are paying attention to you, and that it doesn't really matter. But
how was that drive?
That drive was pretty rough.
Was it? Did you drive or did Ray do the whole damn thing?
No. Ray. Well, so like we split off it in Gaylord. Okay. Speaking of,
you painted what?
Yeah. Yeah. No. So we split off there, and then like I drove a really roundabout way back to dodge traffic. But one of the things I'm trying to think. I wrote down some stuff. There's like so many things that we haven't talked about that I feel like we're kind of just like trying to figure out where we both stand in our lives. Yeah. And because it has been, I'm trying to think when the last time I saw you was.
It was that, last time I saw, I don't know, but the last time we had a podcast was the morning at 6 a.m.
Really?
That was the last time we recorded.
Wow.
Which was a long time ago.
Have you seen Toy Story 4?
No, have you?
No, I want to.
I'm going to see Spider-Man tomorrow with my pops.
Spider-Man? I heard it was kind of trash.
Oh, I heard it was really good.
From who?
Coworker. Who'd you hear it from?
I don't know, some guy on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for it.
Should we just have a silent podcast the rest of the time?
Just look at the cameras. Yeah. What are some of the things you wrote down?
No, one of the things I have written down was simple pleasures. And actually, dude, I can't decide if I want to talk about I have fuck it, break the simulation, or simple pleasures. Which one do you want to talk about?
Simple pleasures. I don't even know where you're going with simple pleasures.
So is that the one you want to talk about?
Sure.
Okay. So like I was up in the UP up north for the past like 10-ish or so days.
Tennis? Oh, tennis. Just kidding.
Whatever, dude. I have a speech impediment. And
speech.
Yeah. Just realizing that, I mean, like I feel like we've talked about this before almost, but when you don't have something and then you have it, you really appreciate it. So the first night we went camping at Pictured Rocks, I didn't have a sleeping bag, or I did not have diddly squat. So what I did was I just unloaded my duffel bag, like all the clothes.
And you laid on them?
Well, they laid on me.
Oh.
And
to warm you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Because I was pretty cold. And then the next night I had a blanket and I was like, dude, this is amazing. And
nice.
No, but just with like so many things. And that's the other thing that I was going to say is like when I go on a run, like when I go on that half marathon loop, when I'm driving that same way, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Or kayaking.
I love kayaking.
So we went kayaking at Pictured Rocks.
Oh.
Did I tell you this?
No, not at
all. Oh, okay. So we went kayaking at Pictured Rock, and I think it was like 4 miles in total. And my cousin kayaked around Lake Superior.
Yeah, that's right.
And I ran into her at a coffee shop.
Yep.
And guess how many miles a day they kayaked?
You did 4 mile. 35.
50 to 60.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's so much.
Yeah,
so just even like getting in the kayak, like sitting there, and it's so hard to, like the hardest part for me was to like have good posture. Mm-hmm. And then getting out and just like being able to stand was like, dude, this is amazing. I don't have to paddle right now.
Yeah.
So just like little random things like that.
Gosh, so they'd be close enough to shore where they'd camp on shore and then start their kayak again?
Yeah, but you can't always camp on shore. If you're at Pictured Rocks, where are you going to camp?
Yeah, just...
You have to keep paddling.
That's wild.
Took them, I think, 70 days.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is your cousin up to these days? Is she doing any other crazy feats?
Yeah, so her and her husband built a house on 20 acres in Calumet. And this is pretty interesting. So Calumet is 30 minutes north of Houghton.
Okay.
Used to be a town of 100,000 people.
For the coal mines?
Yeah, copper mines.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't right.
And it's like the Call of Duty 4, dude. 50,000 people used to live there.
Now it's a ghost town.
Yeah, but just driving through there, and Ray kind of giving me the history of it, and then my cousin as well. It's just so weird to think that like you could get a place could be so thriving and then be so not thriving.
So they just run on a copper?
I don't really know.
All right, that's it. We gotta get out of here.
So back to my cousin, like her and her husband built their house, like learned how to build it as they built it.
Whoa.
And like have a fire burning stove. It was really cool to see. Their driveway, they can't get up it in the winter. They can't drive up it.
What do they have to do?
They have to park at the road and walk. It's probably like a 10 to 15 minute walk.
Wow, I'd be pissed.
And like, think about it. They get like accumulation of like 6 feet sometimes. Mm-hmm. So like, you're like walking through a tunnel.
So are they gonna do anything to fix it eventually, or they're just part of it.
Not for now. I mean, in the cars that they have, like imagine the worst possible car to like drive in the snow. That's what they have.
Wow. They got to get
And-
like treads and stuff for their wheels.
Yeah, I'm sure they have winter tires, and they do have one truck, but
That's crazy.
that's how they live. They have satellite internet that's really slow. That's all they can get.
What do they do?
Yep. So my cousin works for Michigan Tech and also sort of the government with like climate change sort of stuff, like science literacy papers. Like, so basically research is done and it's in all this jargon that people like you and I don't understand.
Yeah.
She dumbs it down and then.
For like government things? Or
No, for people.
Michigan
For
Tech?
people.
Oh, to like consume.
Yeah.
Got you.
And so she does that, and then her husband works for this Downwind Sports, which is basically like a REI type thing, but up there. And he manages. Have you ever heard of the Ice Climbing Fest? They climb waterfalls when they're frozen.
That's crazy.
It's super crazy.
So he's like he leads it basically.
Yeah. Does all the marketing, everything
Nice.
for it. So that's what they do, and it's just I don't know if I could ever have their life.
Yeah.
But they live it on their own terms, which I think is just so cool.
Yeah, you kind of envy it a little bit.
100%. And
dude, it's so cheap to live up there. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need that much money.
yeah, like all of Ray's friends, their rent is like $275
Per month.
Yeah, and dude, you just have to make as much as you spend, and
That's cool.
yeah, so they have a good time up there. But all of Ray's friends are living up there this summer. Like he was probably with like a group of 15 people.
Wow.
And I want to talk to you about this because it was kind of weird because they're all really good friends and I know like a decent amount of them, but I felt at times like super ostracized. Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't really know how to include myself.
Like an outcast in a
Yes.
way? Huh.
And like groups get to a certain size where it's how long have we been going?
22 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
Is it about to stop?
24. No, we're good.
Okay.
And it was just interesting because I felt like I could add nothing to the conversation because they were all such good friends and they were all just kind of riffing on things that they already knew about.
Yeah.
And I felt like if I were to interject, everyone would have just been like, and it wasn't that, like, it was totally just like all in my head.
Totally.
But it was just weird. And like, do you ever have anything like that where in like groups of people where you kind of just like shut down?
Well, one example is when Madeline hung out with us at Brad's for the first time up north at Brad's cottage, and it was 12 of us or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was just talking about after the fact, just basically what you said.
Yeah.
Like we were all such good friends, and we all had such inside jokes. We always knew what each other were talking about. We finished each other's sentences, blah blah blah, and she just found it difficult to jump in and say something because like you said, look at what do you think you're doing? A little bit when I started working, I would say everybody knows what's going on and you're just so like, I don't even remember that guy's name, and it's just like it's a lot. So I would say the most is with starting my job, but it's one of those things where it's weird and more or less takes time, but I don't know if I don't know how much you'll see those people up north.
Yeah. No, it was just interesting to like kind of try and figure out like, I don't know.
Analyze how you feel.
Yeah. And just be like, it's okay if I sit in the corner and don't say anything or like kind of sit even like away from everybody.
That's what's a weird thing too is like, there's nothing wrong with being the guy that doesn't say much too.
Yeah.
There's this weird stigma of like, you gotta be the funniest person in the room. You gotta be the most attentive. And every once in a while, it's nice to just kind of sit back and let everything play out in front of you.
Yeah.
And really don't say anything unless someone directly speaks to you. It's a different way of thinking, which is wild.
And like, I'm thinking of one of the times in particular, like there was a super long picnic bench and literally 15 people were all sitting there at the same one and there wasn't any space. So I was sitting alone. And like, dude, I so bad wanted to just jump in the lake and just kind of gulp some water.
Jeez.
And just see where it takes me.
Yeah, dude, that's like the internship with Vince Vaughn and all of them. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what part.
But they're old as hell. And they literally, everybody's talking about God knows what. And they're just looking at these kids like, and they're trying to sit down and the kids are like, nope.
Yeah.
And no, it's just funny. Good connection. What's this? Fuck the simulation.
It says, fuck it, the simulation. Should we pause?
Sure. God, it is hot in here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hot right now.
I'm really hot.
Man, it is hot in here. This is staged. Fuck. Simulation.
Dude, this actually goes perfectly with it. So, like, you know, you've heard people are like, dude, it's a simulation. And, like, I mean, I even sort of believe simulation theory for a second.
Yeah, you just wake up.
I think I still want it to be true. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Be wild.
Yeah. But what I realized, and I don't exactly remember what the moment was, but it's like the simulation, while it's not like, even if you don't think of it as like, okay, it's like a computer program that's just running right now, our lives are some sort of simulation. Like you on your drive to work sort of now probably go in like simulation mode, where you're just like on autopilot. And like you don't do something. Basically, you get in these routines and habits of I'm Josh. I do this that way, and I drive to work this certain way, and I listen to this sort of music, and you just do things that you do because we're creatures of habit, right? And then you do something like this where you take off your shirt during the podcast, and it's like it's not something you would normally do.
Yeah.
And there's something really fun to it. And I think what it was is one day, like it was probably like 6 p.m. and I was like, dude, I need a Starbucks iced coffee right now. And I just drove there and like just broke the simulation, bro.
What size did you get?
Large.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, dude, those are fun. And you get light ice too.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you take the first sip and you're like, this is gonna get spooky.
Yeah. Do you get it with classic or no classic?
What is classic?
We're at Starbucks. You're ordering iced coffee.
I go, can I get iced coffee, black, nothing in it?
No sweetener. You say
light,
no sweetener?
Yeah, light ice. No nothing.
Okay.
I make sure there's nothing in it.
Yeah, dude. Yesterday I had to confront them. I'm like, this has classic in it.
That's what I had. I had to do it the other day too. I said, I can't drink this.
Yeah.
And I slammed it on the ground and slapped the lady.
Yeah, but it's funny because like I was in this mood of like breaking the simulation, so I drive there and walk in.
This is ridiculous.
And
fuck the simulation.
And I walk in, and I don't know why, but I swear to God, all 6 employees were like, "Hi, welcome to Starbucks." And I was like, "Dude, it's real."
It was supposed to happen.
And I get up to the register and I order whatever. And the guy's like, what's your name? And I'm like, And
you should know that, bitch.
I'm like, it's Andrew. He's like, dude, I'm Andrew too.
No way.
I swear to God. But he's like, I go by Andy though.
Oh,
and I'm like, I don't. But and it was just a weird sequence where I was like, the simulation is real. Damn. But like that's what even going back to the ice cream thing with like, one thing that I would never do was like, I'm going to go get fast food. Like when I drove home from up north the other day, I was by myself. I was like, your mic went down a little bit. Do the thing that I did, like where you V it.
Oh, I can't tell what you're doing.
Like you pinch it, whatever, that's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And I stopped at Wendy's and I got a Baconator.
I was going to say Baconator.
Yep. And a chocolate Frosty. Yeah, no. If this
I love it. Yeah. I gotta one day just pull over and get. I don't think I've ever had a Big Mac. Period.
Really?
Never had a Big Mac. So I gotta just break it and get a Big Mac one day. Yeah. I gotta do it. It's one of those things.
But you understand what I'm like talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's so fun, dude.
Where it's like I should just go to bed or do, but it's like no. You know what? I'm gonna go somewhere random and play on a play set. Where it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That kind of mentality.
Just do something that you normally wouldn't do, because it's like you do just fall into this like, I guess I'm this person that does this or doesn't say these sorts of things. Or
prime example was it was on Memorial Day. What?
I was just about to scream really loud to scare you. Yeah.
Anyways, it was on Memorial Day and Madeline and I are walking. And we were planning on going to a coffee shop. We had this fun day planned out.
Give me a high five.
Woo!
Do you see what I did?
Yeah, did you rub it on your titty?
My sweat.
Yeah. Anyways, we're
just
walking.
breaking the simulation.
We're walking, and we're gonna go to a coffee shop. Had this whole day planned out. Fun, chill, had books to read, whatever. I'm like, this is gonna be a great day. Dude, I haven't flexed my arms in a while. And we heard this music coming off a rooftop. We weren't dressed for it. We weren't prepared for it. And we're like, well, let's just go check it out. We got closer. 30 floors up is this rager of a party. It's after that Lollapalooza type thing in Detroit, whatever that thing's called.
Movement.
Movement, thank you. It was after Movement. There was DJ Dom Dalla playing there.
Nice.
And
Your thing's down.
Fuck that. I'm all right. It's whatever. And so DJ Dom Dalla is
Dude, what's the fuck count at right now?
I don't
It's
know.
pretty fucking high.
Well, fuck. Dom Dalla's playing, and we go up there, and the guy at the door, we thought it would be free. We go up the elevator, 20-some floors, it overlooks all Detroit. Guy goes, yeah, that'll be $40 each.
You did it?
And we look at each other like, I don't know if I can spend 40. Like, that's a lot.
Well, that's 80.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, $80 to just go to this party.
Yeah.
There was a ton of people in there, and it looked super fun. And, dude, like, AstroTurf grass, all these great vibes. Everybody's got, like, hula hoops and swinging some shit around. And I'm looking at her like, I can't do 40. That's obnoxious. And he looks at us and goes, where do you guys live? And we're like, oh, just down the road off Lafayette, blah, blah, blah. That's not where I live. and he goes, all right, I'll give you guys the discount, the local discount. And he goes, $30 each. So we're like, fuck.
You realize he does that to every person?
Probably. Yeah, totally. But we're like, all right, screw it. We did it. And we're in there like, oh. It's like you get in and you're looking around like, this is crazy. And so we're in there and we realize everybody's either on drugs, hammered, or whatever. And so we're like, wow, we need to just go drink or something. So we go to the bar and drinks are $15 each. It's like, dude, what are we at right now? Like, what? So we asked the guy, we're like, okay, can this wristband get us back in? And this is on Memorial Day. We're like, okay, perfect. We get an Uber back. Madeline pays for the Uber. We get Uber back. We come back here. We play Dom Dalla on the speaker. It get hammered. Then we take an Uber back to the rooftop. And then we had a great time. And that felt like we were breaking the simulation is what I was ultimately getting at. But yeah, it was a fun time, dude. It's fun to go to even those concerts where it's not necessarily the music you like, but it was a house type music.
Yeah.
Where it's like just those hard like boo 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 and it's just like it's funny how I don't know why I did that. Did you hear me? I did it naturally. But it's funny how you think you don't like that music very much, but you go to a scene where everybody loves it, and it gives you a whole new outlook on, wow, this music's vibey as hell. Yeah. So.
I mean, if live music, like in general, if you don't enjoy that.
It's amazing how much you like artists after their concert. Yeah. You're like, this guy is the best in the world.
I remember I thought that after the Macklemore concert.
You mean G-Eazy concert?
Yeah, shit, dude. That was the first time we drank.
Yeah. Wait, high five.
Why?
We had Absolute vodka.
Did we? Oh yeah, I stole it, right?
Yeah.
From my parents.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I was so crazy at that time, bro.
Yeah, you were. You were hard to control. Yeah, dude. Anything else you want to chat about?
I'm looking.
Let me look at my pages. Yeah, I didn't write anything.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yep.
No, I do this thing. I'm trying to get in a better habit of doing it every single day, or at least every other day.
Hobbit.
What?
Nothing.
What? Dude, people are gonna be like, "What is going on right now?" So, to give a little context, one of the things we talked about before is like,
sorry.
If that happens,
it scared the shit out of me.
It scared me.
Okay. Andale.
One of the things that we talked about before was that like we need to be more goofy. And like, dude, I have a cramp in my stomach right now.
Really? It was that Baconator.
Yeah, seriously. Oh,
dude, what if we got robbed on podcast?
I was thinking that before.
We're just like, oh shit,
dude, it'd be great for the views.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is that like we need to be more goofy, and this is something that I've struggled with like with all of my videos, and just like because I mean I feel like I'm a very goofy person. Personally,
Off
I know.
camera.
Yeah. And you are too, and like especially when we're together, like we get pretty goofy, and we're gonna get goofy after this.
Yeah.
But
Jesus. Go ahead.
I was just trying to formulate my next thought. So yeah, we talked about that, and we're not under the influence of drugs right now, but it's hot in here, and I feel like that's affecting it a little bit. But I feel like I was gonna try and make a point out of this that I did.
Being goofy more.
Yeah, just being like, just who cares? Like, why do I care?
Yeah. That's a thing you can get so caught up with doing anything is like, well, what if this person sees that? The reality is, no one's gonna even fucking look at your video. So just have fun with it.
What is that noise? Oh, it's you moving your feet? Or
No, it was something like the fridge was going ballistic, or I don't know. But in reality, so little people actually watch probably a lot of the stuff you do.
Yeah.
I do it to a crazy degree. It's like, well, I don't want to do this because I don't want to get that in trouble, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, whatever. It's at the point where just show as much personality as you can and hope that people are like, that guy's awesome.
You want to see this much personality?
Oh, dude, you can't see my hairy nipples.
Oh, are we about to go? No, it's just cutting there. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, it's just like, dude, it doesn't matter. I'm sure there's maybe 2 people watching at this point.
Oh, yeah. Not even.
I'm not even watching.
I'm like, I
tuned out. But yeah, it's just like, if you think about literally anyone when they're like with their friends, everyone gets goofy, everyone makes jokes. And to pretend like you don't, and to be all serious, it's just no fun.
Yeah. It's weird to see people that are so ungoofy and to think, man, have they never been goofy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that? Like, they're so serious. It's like, God, this guy kind of sucks.
Yeah. And
yeah, go ahead.
I don't really know what I was going to say.
There was this funny thing, one of the head honchos at Z-Bar, because, I mean, so many people get this impression of the CEOs and all these things is like, I don't want to say the wrong thing to him, and they're just normal people too.
Yeah.
And people say that over and over, but there was this one funny ass thing the guy did. It was a retirement get together at a restaurant. So where everybody's there, 50, 60 people from the corporate office are sitting there or eating lunch. And after he stands up and he's like, all right, today we're here to celebrate Bobby, whatever his name is. And basically...
Were you going to say Bobby Boucher?
Maybe. Is this the simulation? And so he gets up there and he's like, but he started 41 years ago. So we have a lot to get to. And he lets go of the paper, and it's like a scroll. It literally falls out. It's so long.
Dude, he broke the simulation.
Dude, it was so funny. And I was like, that is so good.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, so he started in 19s, and he goes on and on for like 5 minutes. He almost takes it too far, where it's like, dude, what is he actually doing? And he's like, but... He throws it aside. That's not what we don't have time for that. And it was just stuff like that where it's like, man, I'm so glad he showed his personality.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you love. But, fuck. Yeah.
What I was going to say, reaching out. So, like,
I have something too. Go ahead.
Go. No, you go first.
Well, you can formulate it.
Yeah.
I was listening to this.
So what I was going to...
That was funny.
The old bait and switch.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is more important.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Fuck. I was listening to Tim Ferriss, Seth Godin.
Yeah.
And Seth, he was just saying like...
First of all, that guy looks like a turtle.
Dude, he does. I know. He was just saying, if I could suggest one thing that has made me so happy since the day I started it, is writing a blog and doing it every single day.
Yeah.
Publishing it every single day. And just our talk in general, like just posting it. No one's going to see it. Just do something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe I know it's every day and I know it's far to reach. And maybe you just start out once a week. But maybe you just write one word on a post every single day. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. Life's got to get...
Stop playing with that.
Yeah, thanks. I got to put it to the side.
Yeah,
Nothing even
just
in
making
it.
Noise, yeah.
But yeah, I want to try to do something like that where I got to get consistent on an avenue. I'm not very consistent in many things in my life.
Yeah.
I'm just opening up like a peach right now.
You should.
Go ahead, though. What are you going to say? I don't know why I said it.
No.
Stupid as hell.
People are going to be like, dude, what are these guys smoking?
It's way too hot in here. That's
Yeah.
why.
No, we're smoking dark roast coffee.
Hey.
I still need to show you that video of the guys. Like, it's this espresso shot that you can smoke.
Whoa.
And it's like bubbles up. Like, dude, if Christian saw it.
Whoa. That's wild.
But no, yeah, and I have that feeling too where I just want to get on a routine of doing something.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm getting closer to being able to get at that point. I know myself, and I know that if I don't have a deadline, it's not going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
My nose just got so itchy.
Oh yeah, you get that nose.
And yeah, no, I think you should do something like that. And it's just like, I think once a week for anything is probably the best way to do it. Cause like, I mean, I'm thinking of when you wanted to do like a video every day, and it seems like you could do it.
You get this idea in your mind where it's like, I can fucking do it.
Yeah.
You get so positive about
Yeah.
it.
And one of the things I was thinking about is, and I feel like I sort of owe you a favor for helping with my video, is like, I was thinking that because you do those like fictional stories, it's like, why not do a short film like off of one of those stories?
Mm-hmm. Try and remake it.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Or write another one.
Yeah.
Because, and like, I've gotten in a really good habit of like just capturing even like funny little moments or just like funny actions that people do that you could put into something like that. And that's what I think you should do. Cause I'm not like, you don't have to do that, but that's something I've been thinking like, oh dude, I could totally see Josh doing that and really liking that. Cause like,
I do love like skits.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with it. And you can rewatch them. It's one of those things that you laugh every time almost. You can rewatch it a year later and it's just as funny 2 years later. Whatever. And just, I don't know, a lot of the skits that we did with Jonah and Dayton in our apartment in college, and it's just like, God, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And we were bored one Sunday night and we're like, let's just do this. And so the hard thing is trying to get people together, but maybe I'll just self-act all of it.
Yeah.
Put a mustache on.
And what I would say to that is like the same thing that you told me with like my videos way back then, is like, you don't know what people probably would love to do that.
Yeah.
You just got to ask them first, because if you don't ask, you never know. And it is a weird thing to like ask someone like, hey, could you help me with this? Because it's going to be a waste of your time, like a waste in quotes of you're not getting paid. But then it's also like one of the things that David mentioned when he was hanging with Rohan and I is like, yeah, like when I'm with you guys, like it's basically free camera lessons. And like, let's say you ask someone like, hey, would you be in this sketch or skit or whatever you want to call it, or short film? And then you're like, yeah, in the meantime, I'll teach you about how to use a camera, or like whatever. Or yeah, I kind of owe you a favor for when it's your next time. But I think you got to ask first to figure out what people think.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say too, like another thing, it's really cool to, in a sense, learn how you lead as well.
Yeah.
How many opportunities do you have with, maybe you find someone random, maybe you're with your friends, but just trying to really tell these people what to do, how to explain it best. Like for example, my boss Grant, he's so good at telling people how to act, how to show their emotion, just because he has directed now 2 films.
Yeah.
And it's pretty impressive how well he's like, how about 10% happier? And people just click with it. They're like, okay, I kind of know what you're saying.
We synced up pretty good. Wow, Josh, I'm so happy right now. I think I would be the world's worst actor though, dude. I'm so bad at it. Unless I was playing like a character of myself.
I'd be the best voice actor in the world. Dude, so we sent a script into this guy, I don't have to say his name, but we sent a script into him today, and within 30 minutes, he sent back his script. Coolest voice ever. I'll have to show you. His voice is amazing.
Really?
And it would be the best job ever. You have this awesomely deep voice. That guy just sits at home on the couch. Oh, I got an email. Honey, you got another email? He's like, fuck. Goes over to his recording studio, says 4 lines, goes back to the couch, makes $50. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Money for the day.
Yeah. So back to what just ask. And like even talking with Ray, like Ray wants to learn video stuff.
Totally.
And especially today where people are a lot more. I feel like obviously the barrier to entry to any sort of film or photography thing is very low compared to what it used to be.
Sure.
So people, and it's a really useful tool to have, whether that's for your family photos or if you start your own business. Because if you start your own business, let's say you sell cookies.
Yeah.
You're not going to hire a social media manager off the get-go. You're going to be in charge of taking your cookie pictures and cookie videos. Yep. And you're going to have to make those cookie memes. And so just learning how to use Photoshop and because really what those tools are is they allow you to tell your story.
Exactly how you want to tell it.
Yeah. And that's a powerful thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, yeah, like Photoshop, all that stuff is so valuable just to know how to do it because it opens up all these avenues. I mean, even if you have a dog and you make a dog Instagram, in a subliminal way, it's like you're making an Instagram for whomever. You're kind of the dog's manager. Yeah. And I don't know, it's just fun looking at stuff like that. Like,
I know, dude. And Photoshop's so great for when I don't have a six-pack and I need Photoshop one on before my pictures.
Yeah, so I was telling you I'm going to do maybe this running video. But I think one of them, I'm just going to like start markering some abs on me.
We just touched toes. But this actually like ties a knot in the bow. Double knot.
Hot.
Yeah. And just the whole reaching out thing because so like I have this thing where I like, all right, today I'm going to reach out to 3 people that I normally wouldn't. It could be a friend saying like, hey, like, how you doing? Whatever, that I just normally wouldn't. Or it could be like a professional that I like look up to or someone that I have a question for or just someone that I want to give props to. Like, I'm trying to think who I sent one to a professor today that I had a question about like printing photos. The guy that works for Pure Michigan, Drew Mason, who also has an awesome dog Instagram.
Yeah.
I told him that in the email.
Yeah, he does.
But, and I reached out to Mrs. Bridgman, didn't get back to me. It's whatever. But, and then like my college professor. But it's just like getting into, because it's a nerve-wracking thing because you're putting yourself out there like, hey, like, what, depending if you have a question to ask them or what have you. But I think that like goes perfectly into what you're talking about of, you feel kind of weird asking people like, hey, do you want to be a part of this project? And most people would be like so psyched about that. Like, and I mean, I'm giving you this advice, but I struggle with it as well.
Yeah.
Like, for example, one of the things I thought that would be really cool to do this summer, since so many people I know are like centrally located in Southeast Detroit, is just one day, Southeast Michigan.
No, I know. It's just funny.
Yeah. is to go like, all right, today, like get on Instagram, be like, what is up? And do like a portrait day where I'll drive to you and it may be like $5, $10, whatever you pay me. We spend an hour, 30 minutes together. I take your picture, whatever. And then I go to the next person. And it's just like all day I do that. And like I kind of meet you where you are. So maybe like you're working at an ice cream shop or you're just getting outside of work, get some paparazzi photos. Like just doing that because one of the hardest things for me about taking pictures is going to someone and saying, can I take your picture? Whether that's a stranger or someone I even know. It's a weird thing to ask because they could say no.
Yeah.
Do you struggle with that?
Somewhat. I mean, it all depends in a certain context. And I would say I don't put myself in that situation probably as much as you do.
What do you mean?
In a way. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not necessarily taking a lot of people's photos that I don't know super well.
But even would you be comfortable going, hey, Dad, like, can I take your picture?
Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's a shitty.
What you want me to say, dude?
Are you comfortable with that or does it feel weird? If like Christian, like, hey, dude, like, I want to take some serious pictures, like semi-serious pictures of you, like.
There's some people, like, I've tried with Christian. I'll be like, dude, I want to take your photo. And he's Mr. I don't want my photo taken. I don't need that. And so I've tried before with certain people, like, hey, can I take your photo? Yeah. But if they give me any resistance and they're like, no, I don't want it at all, then it's just completely back off. So I don't necessarily have a problem asking.
All right, well then ask someone after this.
All right.
Someone outside of your comfort zone.
One thing we should do like a running group where we join a running thing, a club.
Yeah.
And just go for a group run.
All right.
Yeah, we should try that. And then I'm excited. I'm happy and also a little bit bummed, but I'm doing the digital summit in Detroit.
Yeah.
And I thought I would just be alone, solo dolo. And
I was just looking at you through the screen.
Yeah, I got you. And I thought I was doing it solo dolo, but turns out I'm going with coworkers. I was a little bummed.
Why?
I wanted to go in there and hopefully make some great connections.
And network.
It's not to say I can't, but I wanted to be forced to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's fun to be alone. That's
is.
part of the reason why I'm so fucking scared about my trip, but also so excited about it.
Yeah. Trip. We haven't talked in a while.
I took a pill in Ibiza.
You're saying to go to like Europe?
Yeah.
Cool. Well then.
Yeah, fuck your trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think this is
that's pretty much it.
this has been the craziest episode thus far, but it's not going to be the craziest
simulation.
Of all time. They thought it was going to end, but it didn't.
Okay.
No!